Hello, it's Friday afternoon here on Geek.com's Facebook page and Twitch page. I'm Jordan Miner, senior editor. Now, normally, we would like introduce what we're playing and who like this is, but I don't.
So,
Will Greenwald, I'm so loath to interrupt you right now as you're playing Lumines Remastered on the Nintendo Switch.
I am mesmerized right now.
This is it's a re-release of the puzzle game, classic puzzle game from 2005.
PSP.
PSP launch.
Yep.
It's back on Switch.
It's on everything.
PS4, PC. But we're just so into the Switch around these days, so we're playing it. But this, like all good puzzle games, it's going to bring you into sort of like trance state where you see past the blocks.
I can see the patterns when I close my eyes.
Right. So
they call it the Tetris effect.
So I don't even want to talk to you. I don't even want to because it's hard enough.
Big mood.
It's already hard enough to play games on a stream and talk when it's just like a normal game.
Yeah.
But a game like this, where you really got to be all in.
As long as I don't have to make eye contact with the camera, or you.
Okay. All right.
I think I can talk.
So, so what are you doing here? So, if no one knew what Lumines was, what is it? What are you making happening here?
Well, this is kind of like a block-dropping puzzle game. You know, your Puyo Puyo, your Tetris, your whatever have you.
Your Puyo Puyo Tetris?
Yeah, could
be.
And basically, you get these 2x2 blocks, these squares. You need to arrange them into at least 2x2 of the same color, and as the bar sweeps across the screen, they get erased. And as you set up more and more bars, you get more points from the bigger amounts that sweep. And there's gravity, so you can set up combos and additional sweeps and just keep going, set up bigger and bigger sets that you couldn't get with just one sweep. And that's just how you get lots of points.
So that's the gameplay, which I find to be very good. But what really to me gives this game its like character and personality is that as you're continuing, as you're like going up levels, the whole skins are swapping to all these like really 2005 like PSP era like Euro EDM bangers.
Yeah, it's very Transtronica type music.
Yeah.
Of just like, I swear that I don't know if it was this or maybe Luminous 2 on the PS2 or something, but there was a Beck track on one of them.
That's perfect.
And I kind of am disappointed it wasn't on this game. But still, there's just a lot of, I wouldn't say thumping, but I would say fun beats to chill out to.
Right, and like the music isn't like integral to the game. It's not a rhythm puzzle game.
It's not a rhythm puzzle game. It's just it's a puzzle game that has a feeling of rhythm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of thrown some people off in the past. Like, yeah, it's just there.
Yeah.
We said this is made by Mizuguchi.
Yeah, Q Entertainment.
Not anymore. Now it's Enhanced
right.
Games.
Formerly Q Entertainment. Kind of like Platinum used to be Clover.
Yep. Yeah, so maker of this, maker of
Rez,
famous Vibrator, Rez,
upcoming Tetris Effect, which looks like Lumines. Let's be honest.
I mean, like the best puzzle games to me are puzzle games that are made. I'm not said here. It's made by, for, and about hippies, and I think his stuff is really at the top of that.
That's. I'm not sure if I would call Miz a hippie. I would say maybe artsy music weirdo.
People who do drugs. People who do narcotics.
I mean, sure. This certainly is a game that I feel would be enhanced a lot from the ganj, but it's not necessarily necessary.
The sticky icky, if you will. Okay.
Much like Resident Evil, you could use some green herb to do better at this.
I was gonna say, would you say I would not suggest playing Resident Evil 4 while high. I would
No,
definitely not suggest that to anyone.
Well, 7 you shouldn't play while high. 4 totally. 2 definitely.
No, not 4 either.
Umbrella Chronicles, hell yes.
Okay. You should watch those Mila Jovovich movies. You should also not break the law.
Nah.
So if you have any questions, leave them. We'll get to them. Twitch or Facebook. So you are much better at this game than me. I've learned in these past few minutes of watching you play.
I try to be. I can actually
you try to be better than me.
Well, I have so rare opportunities to. But like we can actually look at the stuff I've unlocked.
Oh, I don't want you to stop.
Well, there are a bunch of different modes too. So like Avatar is basically the in-game achievements because Nintendo still don't have Chivos.
Good.
But you can have icons that you unlock for playing, well, locally and maybe on leaderboards because there isn't direct online multiplayer.
Question.
If there was going to be a crossover between this game and another puzzle game, which should it be?
Yoshi's Cookie.
Dr. Mario. He's like a back alley doctor now. He's like he's a Skype. He's a mob doctor. No, he's like a doctor. He's like a doctor you have to call over Skype to get like your medicinal marijuana.
No, we can get better than that.
Okay.
It is legal in the Mushroom Kingdom because, I mean, Mushroom Kingdom.
Yep.
Dr. Mario cross Yoshi's cookie, and he just starts selling edibles.
Well, then there's no Lumines then. That was the whole point of this prompt.
Yeah, fine.
So avatars.
These are all like, different achievements to unlock. This one I haven't gotten. All easy puzzles. The puzzles are kind of hard. You need to like arrange stuff. Complete missions and puzzles. You unlock
What's
these
that
different
cowboy one? Bottom middle.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
We're playing stage 7 against the CPU.
That's such a cool little
Gunman
graphic.
and Wayang. Like these are surprisingly hard. And then to get like, these are the really, really hard ones. So you need to complete Shuffle Challenge for all skins, which means unlocking all the skins, which means doing all the puzzles and all the missions. Haven't done that yet. This, you need, in the time attack mode, at least 320 squares, win against the CPU, that is 10 rounds without any retries, and for me, that's impossible.
You're still pretty far along though.
Yeah.
72%.
And complete 2 rounds of the Endless Challenge. The Endless Challenge is basically unlock everything and cycle through it twice. So there's a lot of stuff to unlock in this game. I've gotten most of them, so the skins I have 38 out of 40, but it's those last 2 that are just really hard.
Now, I did not own a PSP because it was bad, but did you play Lumines on PSP?
Yeah.
Do you remember
Because it was good.
Do you remember what's different about that compared to this version, aside from just being on modern consoles?
Not really a whole lot. I mean,
Okay.
I don't remember if the puzzles and missions were in the original version, but like a lot of the tracks are just straight up familiar that I'm getting
Yeah.
flashbacks to from back in, the PSP days
Shining.
and the Vita days. So would you like to go head to head or look at some
Let's look
different
at a little
stuff?
more solo stuff first.
Okay.
Just so I can study you.
Well, let's shuffle some random skins, so you can see some kind of interesting ones just going around, randomly. Shuffle, you just need to cycle around all the skins you've unlocked, and there is another like achievement you get from getting all the skins unlocked and then cycling through. And yeah, you can just smell how chill this music is.
Okay. I was gonna say, what can I smell? I know.
You can smell the chill.
Now you can also pick and choose if you have like favorite skins and tracks you just want to hear.
Yeah.
You can kind of sell.
In fact, let's do that.
You can set like a playlist.
Because that started on like a pretty like boring vanilla skin, so we can do skin edit, which already sounds dark and
edit.
weird. So
Altered Carbon, basically.
how about Prime Factor? Like these are sort of the later ones that like I unlocked and are Chinese restaurant. Yeah, let's open with Chinese restaurant.
That's
'cause-
a Guns N' Roses album, right?
Yeah. Whoop-de-doo.
Okay.
Okay, now you can set up this playlist. You just go through all 10, and you can go single lap or endless. Let's see what these look like. I kind of think it's important to note, like the whole, how much are you going to get out of this game? Is it worth blank money? $60 is the retail, like full price AAA game thing. This is $15. Puyo Puyo Tetris is $40. I wholeheartedly recommend both. I think we both do.
Yeah.
And just. It's totally worth it. This is a good $15 to spend for your Switch.
This game is so addictive. This game will just like suck so much time out of you.
You will
You will
see the
easily get
blocks.
$15 worth of entertainment
Yeah.
out of this. Yeah.
It will stay with you, and it's just so fun. And this just like, it feels kind of like Tetris, like Puyo, like the best block dropping kind of thing.
Yeah, it's totally up there. They managed to make a new game in that style that
Yeah.
feels very much.
And it makes me really
doesn't
excited
feel
about,
derivative.
and it makes me feel super excited about Tetris Effect because that's Ms.
Yeah.
Like it might as well just be like, Luminous plus, like I wouldn't say Luminous 2 because they made that and it was just Luminous, but like it'll hopefully have the same magic as Luminous.
You know what I'd like to see come back now is Meteos. That was sort of
Meteos,
the
yeah.
counterpart to this on the DS.
On the DS, but
it was made by Sakurai, who made Smash Brothers.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, but Sakurai just loves doing Smash so much, I don't think he'll ever follow up any other game.
You don't think we'll get like new Tetris or anything like that, or I would hope they give him something, right?
I hope so too, because he deserves it for as much as he's been toiling in the Smash mines.
And I think that making Smash Ultimate like somewhere in between port and new game, like hopefully has freed him up to like do something else a little bit.
Now,
yeah.
you say hopefully. I think hopefully a lot of viewers have already seen the Smash Direct and the E3 coverage.
and our
just-
hands-on on the site.
That too, yeah. Feels really good. It's a cool game so far. We're going to look at it more when it comes out. But we've gotten some hands-on in the past, and it's a Smash game. It feels like Smash, and it also feels very much like Sakurai saying, "Here, fine."
Right. So then let him do something else now.
Yeah.
I think. Also, I've noticed that you've chosen the Weeb playlist here between this last skin and this one now.
Well, yeah, but also this is a Japanese game, so I'm just being true to the creator's intent.
Sure.
But also, I am a huge weeb.
Something about though the skins. Whenever the skins transition, it always takes me a beat to like get accustomed to it.
Yeah, because there's this kind of
I
hiccup
struggle.
as the sweeping bar changes speed, and that's one of the things you need to get used to. And just sort of listening to the weird like robot lady voice going like, beats.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. Chinese restaurant.
Question.
To go back to Smash Brothers quickly, you said,
always.
you know, Sakurai should go do something else now. What do you think you should do?
I would like to see another Kid Icarus game out of him. That game was really weird and cool. Or just some other like just kind of weird garbage tier Nintendo franchise. I'm just up for like Nintendo,
like Kid Icarus.
Like Kid Icarus, or like make a new Ice Climber or some garbage. Yeah. Like I just want to see. That's what's cool about like Metroid Prime to me, or like that Punch Out remake. Like Nintendo has such a swath of like just like C tier characters that don't have any stakes. So they could do weird, cool stuff with them.
Yeah, but the reason that worked with Metroid Prime was because they gave it to Retro. Like they weren't even keeping it in house.
Right.
I think Sakurai totally should like just. The Joy-Cons are a great opportunity to show what Kid Icarus Uprising should have been as a non-wrist destroying franchise.
Right, but like the plot of that game is like really on some Metal Gear Solid stuff, and that
it's
about like God's relationship to humanity in like weird, like upsetting ways.
Yeah, and when he dies, I never learned to read.
Yeah, because it's like a whole like season of television. There's so many like plot like arcs within arcs in that game.
I remember,
it's,
I believe
it takes place over the span of like 5. There's like a 3-year time skip in the middle of it.
Doesn't Cree Summers voice Medusa in that game?
Yeah, she does. Yeah. And it's Antony Del Rio, who you may remember as famous Guantanamo Bay prisoner, Chico, in Ground Zeroes, plays Pit.
That works.
Yeah. But yeah, anything like that, like
Kid Icarus Ground Zeroes would be amazing.
I mean, Kojima and him were friends.
Yeah.
Or rather, I should say a Kajumbo or whatever.
Yeah, this shirt is not necessarily an official Kojima production shirt, because you can see this from Kojumbo Predictions. Because who got that pitch of just like shameless rip-off game from Kojumbo?
I don't know.
Like it was just machine translated, and so I challenged our contributor K. Thor Jensen, brilliant gem of Geek.com.
Our contributor, our Lord and Master,
our Doom icon,
our eternal mood,
to make this shirt. And as soon as he'd made it, I was like, God damn it, fine, and I ordered it.
Yeah, fresh out of the internet gutter.
Thor is a jewel.
He's a real diamond dog.
So, yeah, that's kind of hard to talk about. Like, it's a little bit hard to talk when trying to just do combo in puzzle games.
Well,
but
you're still doing it. So.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk more about Smash, because you played it more recently. I played it at E3, you did it a couple weeks ago?
Yep.
What do you think?
I played Ganondorf, who's my main in the past 2 Smash games.
Does he still have the busted down A?
No, I mean, he hasn't had that since Brawl. If you don't get mad technical, and I always do. His down A in Brawl, if you short hopped and did it, it would auto cancel, so you would have like no landing lag, which made it like super safe to approach with, and like it was super fast. Like the whole problem with that character is very slow, but a lot of his moves come out fast. And that's a very powerful move with no lag on it, which is wild. You can really confuse people with that. But since they took that out in Brawl, or no, they took that out in Smash 4, and that's still gone here. Even if he's like faster in general. And I thought that might come back because they really they really kind of codified short hopping in this game, like in that director, like press the attack and the jump button to like short hop, like do like they're really, I don't want to say pandering, but like they're really like saying specific like competitive sort of stuff in this.
I would say that's it seems like they're trying really hard to get Melee fans to finally play something else.
Yeah, I've been listening even to like the theme song a lot, and it sounds like the Melee is the main thing to me in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because if there's been a case of a fandom holding back a series,
there you go.
I would say Smash is up there.
It's Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, I'd say Melee's worse because Melee
no one's been fired by a hate mob.
Okay, yeah, that was more recent, and yeah. Man, but all right, Melee sucking. It was great at the time. It was a great game, but then the fans became so psychotically enamored to it that they just fell in love with the most busted, stupid crap in the game
I never
need.
I never want to see Melee on a main stage at EVO after this year.
It's like, learn to embrace something new. Even, like, people got past Third Strike, they got past Street Fighter 2, they moved on to other Capcom games. You can move on to another Smash.
I, like, actively don't want wave dashing to be in this game.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
Because what if wave dashing was never good?
Yeah.
What if the main reason you like Melee is because there was a bunch of really stupid exploitable stuff that you need a busted controller to do anyway?
Yeah, game. Also, this notion that Smash can only be played with a game you control to me is hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm liking this Casino Royale skin. I haven't seen this one
Yeah.
yet. This is a real Bond opener.
Yep, just, with less ladies and guns.
I kind of wish that
That's really the switch on its, like, in general, isn't it?
what, ladies and guns?
Less ladies and guns.
Oh. I kind of wish though that in the sort of the main mode that it wasn't a set order for the skins.
Yeah, you need to beat basic mode to unlock endless, and even endless is just the set mode. But then you can shuffle all of them in shuffle mode, and you can have skin edit, which you see here, which you can also do unlimited. So you just need to like beat the basic game, and then you've earned the randomization of skins.
Right, but I'm saying beating the basic game at least for me has not been like easy. Like I've only maybe gotten a third of the way through it.
That's fair. It does take some time.
So I just keep seeing I just keep seeing the same, like, oh, but now it's time for, drop your body or whatever it is.
Yeah.
As much as I love Shining, I wish I was seeing some new stuff.
Like I've been on a huge Massive Attack kick lately, so just keep thinking like, man, I just want a Massive Attack edition of Lumines. Just nothing but that, or maybe some Underworld, just,
We have a Google Doc that's just whether we want this song in Lumines or Drop Mix, or is it usually just both?
Yeah.
Drop Mix Season 2 is going to be a thing, pretty soon.
And yet there's still no All-Star yet, which I believe is a failure on the part of everyone.
Maybe it's a season premiere. Don't start the show, the showstopper.
You say that.
We get a great amount of traffic from people looking at Shrek 5, because we have an article called "What the Hell is Shrek 5 About?" and that pops up sometimes. I'm very proud.
Is that in between the people searching for how to summon demons?
Yeah.
Because we get a lot of traffic just looking for demonic stuff.
Also a lot of traffic.
And I don't know why.
Also a lot of traffic. People looking for 1080p HD videos of very, very bad things. Okay, so the song and the design of the blocks aren't necessarily linked.
They're kind of like the skin and the visual skin and the music are linked, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be directly a theme. They might just be like, check out this art.
But this isn't the Shining song, but this is the blocks for Shining.
Also, I think just this red and this like orange and white scheme is super common for like a lot of basic skins.
So they repeat, okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
And it's maybe a little bit different, but I don't know, it's hard to tell. I just see the shapes.
No, yeah,
I just see the light and color.
You got in.
And why isn't Yoshi's Cookie a strand name?
We're playing with so much fire.
Yeah.
How was Los Angeles?
It was fine. E3 was E3. E3, like you see cool stuff. I got to try Smash. That was rad. What's the Ubisoft game with the amiibo?
Starlink. Yeah. I played that too.
Looks kind of cool.
It does look kind of cool. I'm astonished at the quality of those models.
Yeah.
Question.
Where would you rank this in terms of other rhythm games like Thumper?
Because this isn't a rhythm game. Like it's a puzzle game that has music in it, but like the comparisons are games like Tetris and games like Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, this is not like Thumper or even like Rez. It is very much the block dropping is the main thing. Like I've played this on mute on the subway.
It's totally fine. Yeah.
The rhythm is not a part of the gameplay. It's just part of the experience, which adds to the feel of it a whole lot. But just mechanically, it's fantastic. I would say it's up there with Puyo Puyo.
Amongst those games, it's definitely up there, I think.
Like my review, like your review of this, I think is already up on Geek. And
it's part of we did a feature about a bunch of there's been a lot of cool kind of smaller Switch games that have come out these past few weeks. This Pocket Rumble just came out.
Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight's on there.
I tricked you into liking a Souls game.
I mean, I say in the graph that despite the Soul stuff, it's
yeah, I know.
Rumbo. Lots of cool stuff. And then two big like third-party games we wrote about today, Wolfenstein and Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
So And then next week, we're going to be playing Octopath Traveler, another big Switch game.
Yep.
Also next, the same day it comes out, is the port of Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. So...
Yeah, that's just a straight port, isn't it? It's not like a sequel.
No, I mean, it's got some Mario Odyssey stuff in it. So it's got some new content.
That's
but
cool.
It's largely a port, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fun. And I am, the big thing I'm looking forward to in the future is probably the oldest thing. It's just the Mega Man X collection.
Oh yeah, that's this month.
I love X. Like, seeing him come back in any form besides an Infinite is, like, that's exciting. He's in Marvel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
See, it's less weeb now, it's Leprechaun-y.
Because it was 0
In 3, yeah.
3 and TVC.
TVC is really underrated.
TVC is so good.
They should
it's
really...
so good.
They need
it's
to do an
so
HD remake
good.
of it.
The only problem with TVC is that half the roster is bad. But the way it plays is so good. Half the roster is trash. I don't need one Yatterman, let alone 2.
Yeah,
I say this, and my main in that game is a Tatsunoko character. My main is Joe the Condor in that game.
Yeah, I want to disagree, but I can't. Like, I'm not going to go to bat for Yatterman, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but all the Gotcha Man characters in that game are great. Like, yeah, Joe the Condor is great. Ken the Eagle's really good. June the Swan has a lot of cool, like, snake kind of like C4 bombs you plants on me. That game is great. That game, if any game is like begging for like like an HD remix or whatever, it's that game.
Also, we need to just take a second to appreciate how awesome Science Ninja Team is for anything.
Yes. That's the game where I had, that's the game's reason why I have an arcade stick for my Wii. And that's the only game I ever used to.
You were showing earlier.
Yeah, speaking of arcade sticks for Nintendo consoles, we also have...
Hori sent us the Hayabusa for the Switch.
Yeah.
It is a actual serious fight stick for the Nintendo Switch and the PC. There's a Switch on it.
For a serious amount of money, $150.
You know, that's kind of how much you're going to pay for a proper fight stick that like goes that
it's
far.
It's really nice. Like, these buttons are really clicky and responsive. It's like a steel body.
Yeah. Like, Hori is one of the companies for that.
Yeah. And so once once you're through with this, we're going to create some more multiplayer.
Yeah, sure.
And since it's just a Pro controller, you can use this with anything that you want to, as long as you don't need 2 analog sticks.
Or motion, but yeah.
Oh yeah, motion. Yeah. Oh, this little button world, little Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah, when does Yoshi come out?
Next year, sometime.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Let me know when to just quit, because I can probably keep doing this for well over an hour.
Whenever, I want to see it because I like the skins, Actually, I don't know. These noises are a little annoying.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Yeah, okay. Let's try out the multiplayer, though. Is there enough? We have enough slack for this cable to get over to the dock?
Sure. Like, the only complaint I have about this game, besides just, like, not even more tracks and, like, some new tracks and just, appealing to my specific tastes, is that there's no online. Like, there's leaderboard stuff, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. And is that cross versions?
I don't... Good question. Let's find out.
So I will say on Switch, the HD Rumble I find really dope. It's really intense. To the point where some people have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But I love how intense it is.
Well, you can turn it on and off and have it be just for, yeah, I have no idea if this is cross-platform or just on the Switch, but still. You can have it just be Rumble with the music, you can be Rumble with the block drops, you can be Rumble with both. Yeah. So you can tweak it, you just can't tweak the intensity because it is very strong.
I mean, again, this is from the people that brought you the trans vibrator, so.
Yep. Yep. Okay, great. Hey.
Brian, maybe you have to do it too?
Yep. There we go. Yeah, we can choose different avatars.
I've not played multiplayer in this yet, so I don't know how this works. I'm just gonna play Lumines and hopefully
I'll be Cowboy.
Now, what is that skin that has that very not PSP right there? You see that? More to the right, like
oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What is that? What is that device? Is that a
Daddy-doo.
Is that a Gizmondo?
It could be.
Okay. Is it a Game.com?
It could be the PSP Go.
It could be the PSP Go. Wow.
But let's use that skin. Now, 2-player battle, you have like a bar in the middle of the screen, and if you do more combos than the other person, you move the bar over and get more room, and they get less room. So there's definitely room for acrimony here.
Tyler Perry's Acrimony. I saw that over the break. That movie is action-packed.
I can never tell if you're kidding.
No, it's not. He hasn't made that one that Buck Wild in a minute. Oh, yeah, you're already getting me. question, I think.
Tell me more about acrimony.
Oh boy, do you want spoilers?
Yes.
Oh man, okay. Okay, cause I'm already bad at it. So this is a movie about how women need to stick by their men no matter what, because the minute they leave them, they will become millionaires and start sleeping with their like sex.
I feel that's been a couple different Tyler Perry movies
There's
at
a
this
lot
point.
in this movie. I cannot play Lumines and stream and talk about Tyler Perry's acrimony. So let's just wait for Will to beat me here.
I can't turn it
in
off.
the meantime, maybe link to my review of Boo! A Medea Halloween on the site to get a taste of what I mean when I talk about Tyler Perry movies being like capital G good.
There have been 2 Boo! Medea Halloween movies, and neither of them has had any supernatural element.
No, yeah.
It's just
They got some elements though. But yeah, so that's a little teaser for what we're gonna talk about next.
Yeah, I totally admit I don't really get Medea, but I also it's not for me.
No, they're bad. No, but the problem is that the fact that you're saying that is then you're not seeing it. Like, like it really is like Tommy was so level stuff, but just no one's seeing it, or no one who's seeing it that would also then make that kind of comparison feels comfortable making that comparison, except for
Yeah, exactly.
like except for literally me.
Like when I say it's not for me, I mean I should not be this at
Right.
all. No.
Because his success is also very much an indictment of the way that of just white supremacy. Because like he's able to get really talented black actors because they have no other fucking work they can get. So,
You're totally like Idris Elba was in one of his movies.
He is, and he's really good in it. And like Taraji P. Henson's a great actress. She was in Hidden Figures, for crying out loud, and she's in Acrimony, like a movie that makes no sense. All right, so I'm dead.
Cool.
But that's cool. So that's the kind of primary multiplayer mode.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's kind of the only multiplayer mode.
Okay.
In fact, we can while we're talking.
I imagine we were more equally matched. The sort of
It goes back and forth. Like I
Yeah.
can show you as it starts off really easy, and then it goes through these like 10 levels in just the computer challenge mode, which is we can show that off while we talk about more Acrimony or any other Medea movie. Like, what's your? No, it's not a Medea.
I've written
Does she have a cameo?
I've written no, Acrimony is not part of the Medeaverse, and Tyler Perry is also not in it. Those are separate things.
The real MCU?
Yeah. Question. Oh, I'm playing. Right?
Nope.
I'm not.
Lance Mannion wants to know, did you see the Tyler Perry action movie that kind of came and went?
Which Alex Cross from like 2012? Oh yeah, he was in Alex Cross, which is a James Patterson's joint. It's great because when he's trying to be like angry and yelling, he just sounds like Medea. Because Medea's already such a violent character that it crosses over really well.
Remember when he was an admiral in Starfleet?
That was wild too. Remember when he was Baxter Stockman in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Out of the Shadows? Famous film that still has a giant like standee at that movie
14th
theater,
Street, yeah,
Union
the
Square.
Union Square
They
Regal.
still have that awful Donatello.
It's so nightmarish.
Okay, so as a legitimate Tyler Perry scholar, I did go to school for this. I did write a thesis about his films.
There's so many statements to be said about you that could be jokes.
Because I saw that in the course registration. I'm like, am I really gonna take this? I'm like, of course I am.
Yeah.
Okay, the plot
It might as well be called Back on My Bullshit 101.
basically. Okay, so the plot of Tyler Perry's Acrimony is Taraji P. Henson's character as a little girl is in college, and she's kind of dumb, and she has a meet cute with this guy who's very smart, but a little shifty, a little kind of like lazy. They fall in love. They get together when so they bump each other in the rain. Like they mess up their papers, and she like yells at him to setting up the fact that she's angry. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I see that you're not doing so good on these tests. Let me help you out. I'm smart. I'll tutor you." He tutors her. She still kind of fails on the test. She's like, "Oh no, I failed. I'm gonna get kicked out of school." And then like my mom and my sisters. And then as she's saying this to him, her sisters then are literally just behind her. And then they're like, "Mom died." And then it's the mom, and then this is like 2 minutes. Then it's the mom's funeral, and then he takes her back to this trailer that he's living in, and they have sex. They get together. This is all in like 3 minutes. All of that. And then he's cheating on her in the trailer, so she in the truck rams the trailer off the road to be like, oh, I get angry. And he's like, all right, I won't cheat on you ever again, I won't cheat on you. So they get married. He's like working on this like magical battery for like 30 years to the point where they like refinance their house and shit. Because he's just working on this battery until they grow up, until like Taraji P. Henson and whoever the actor is. And you know, they're in debt and blah blah blah. And then eventually he just screws things up so bad that she divorces him. And then like the minute she divorces him, like angel investor buys his magical battery for like millions of dollars.
Is this Tyler Perry's Birdemic?
kind of, right? So then he becomes a millionaire, right? And then so he's like, you know, I get it, we're not getting back together. I'm sorry, I haven't cheated on you since that time, because she's still paranoid about that. I haven't cheated on you, but I get we're not getting back together. I bought back your mom's house that we mortgaged for my magical batteries. I'm giving you these millions of dollars, and I'm also now I've gotten back together with the woman that you cheated on with back in the day, who's now working for that angel investor. And so they are like living large. And so Taraji P. Henson's whole thing is like, oh, she's living the life I should have had, because I divorced him at the wrong time. And so she's like stalking them on Facebook and like drawing on pictures of them and stuff. And then the action-packed climax of Tyler Perry's Acrimony is on, they're honeymooning on a yacht, and she sneaks onto the yacht and she's like pointing at the crew at gunpoint and forcing him to jump off the boat. And then she attacks him with an axe or something, and then at the end she goes to kill him.
Did you dream this movie?
No, I didn't. And then at the very end, she goes to kill him, but there's like an anchor tied around her, and then she is dragged down, literally and metaphorically, and she drowns. And then the guy and his new wife, they're having a kid. Question.
If this was a Marvel movie, which one would it be?
Ooh, I mean, it's very... Oh boy, that's a really good question. It's a bit... Because it's so... I mean, what more movie has like stuff on a boat, I guess?
Submariner?
I don't know, because yeah, like it's literally like there's a real like it's like a bloody action climax at the end of this movie, which is which is like really new territory for him. I mean, it's a standalone one, right? It's not in the Medeaverse. It's not part of Why I Get Married. It's totally standalone.
I'm still unreasonably upset by the Medeaverse.
That description, or by
the term,
by that plot summary.
That is.
Question.
How do you know whether something is part of the wider like versus just Medea showing up?
In it. Yeah, it's whether or not Medea's in it.
Does she have slightly different roles in each movie, like she's Stan Lee in the Marvel movies?
No, I mean, yeah, they're vague about how everyone relates to one another. That's just real life, man. Everyone's just a cousin. Like, that's just real life. Now, there's a general continuity there between Tyler Perry, at least between the characters that Tyler Perry plays himself, like him and Medea's brother and then Medea's son are all Tyler Perry. Acrimony, man, though. That's wild.
There are many things I know.
Oh, no, because also so much of it is, the framing device is Taraji P. Henson, like, going to, like, court-appointed anger management. And then, like, 10 minutes before the end of the movie, she's like, oh, have you ever heard of borderline personality disorder? As if that's, like, the twist that she was just mentally ill this whole time. Which is really gross to me.
Jeez.
So, that's a film.
If you could pitch a movie for Tyler Perry to direct.
I want him to make a true genre movie. I want him to make an actual science fiction movie, like an actual horror movie, with genre, like something supernatural going on or something. I would love to see what that even looks like.
I'm super curious too. Like, give him a CG budget, see what happens.
Yes, yeah. This one they gave him some squibs, so question.
Can you think of an existing franchise he should work in?
Die Hard.
You should see the ending of Acrimony's got some real Die Hard vibes in that, just how it looks. I don't know. Because so much of what makes it work is that he's just totally, no one tells him no for anything. So he just is free to do his most insane just first drafts and put them on screen. So I don't know if working with another franchise would like constrain him in ways. Because he adapted for Color Girls Who Think I forget the rest of it. But for Color Girls, which is like a famous, important like work of poetry, and he didn't write that. And his adaptation of that is Buck Wild, but him having to work with someone else's work there, I think, kind of didn't give you what you were going for. Although that is a movie where someone drops a baby out of a roof, or like out of a window. The thing is, that happens in the poetry, but in the poem, it's presented in this sort of this abstract kind of way. It's a poem, right? Whereas in this movie,
it's literal.
It's literal, and
that's amazing.
Characters have to deal with like the fallout of that. So it's
wow,
yeah.
That is fascinating.
That is, yeah. Janet Jackson's in that movie. Woo. And so was Tessa Thompson, I think, before she was really famous.
You gonna see Ant-Man and the Wasp this weekend?
Yeah, come on, we got tickets.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna try to see it. I still I quite liked the first Ant-Man.
I mean, yeah, for a scab movie, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Not even wrong.
Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
Where do you rank Ant-Man?
It's not one of the good ones. To me, it's just the ones that are good and then the rest. So,
yeah.
It's not one of the good ones.
Well, for me, it's the ones that are particularly good, because with like few exceptions, like Thor: The Dark World, it's like they're all entertaining enough to see once.
Yeah, but my hardline stance now is that I now consider that bad.
That's fair.
I'm done. I'm done grading on that kind of curve.
I wouldn't even say I grade on it. It's just like, did I see it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but to me, I now consider that bad. Because otherwise, you're right. I'm just saying, oh yeah, they're all fine. Whatever.
Yeah. Like I quite like Doctor Strange, but it's more just because I like Doctor Strange, like conceptually, and that they tried to even do a hint of the weirdness that Doctor Strange should be was like, they totally could have done way, way more, but it was still like, okay, yeah, this is cool.
I mean, it's gonna be mad cliche, but whatever Tyler Perry would come up with a Black Panther movie, that would be so the opposite of what that movie was. I would really want to see it.
Yeah. I can't even imagine it.
Would you support Tyler Perry on Black Manta?
No. No.
Some things are too important.
Because he's so... all his movies are like really Christian, like moralizing stuff. And that's where a lot of the insanity comes from, is just the...
Yeah.
is that shit.
Just from my loose understanding of his work, there seem to be some very tonally and morally unusual messages happening.
Unusual is a fun word for it. Let me tell you about Cooking and Cleaning, famous banger from the play. This is great too, because all these movies are based on plays he's done off Broadway or off.
Isn't a lot of the staging
Broadway?
like blatantly like how he stages a lot of his stuff is very much like theatrical?
In the beginning, these new ones are shot like movies, and they look pretty good. Like Acrimony looks too good for what it is. Yeah, it's like, here's a whole song about women's place cooking and cleaning. You gotta cook and clean and wash everything so he can write them checks paying all of your bills, and then you'll give it to him and he'll give it to you, and woo 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 woo. How does that feel? Those are real lyrics from that song. Your mouth is agape, Will Greenwald.
Just because I'm trying to imagine Tyler Perry's Frozen at this point.
Wow.
You can talk about a lot of stuff when playing Lumines that just has nothing to do with anything.
I mean, it's a great game. I mean,
it is.
We said, it's a great game. It's a puzzle game, so there's not going to be a ton to it. But
there's enough to it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's totally just the most important thing about a puzzle game.
It's the act of playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It stays with you enough that, like, yeah, I'm gonna just play this and chill out to it, and it's gonna be like nice.
See, what also makes it screwed up is that when he's just as Medea just riffing, he can be like genuinely funny. Like Medea's like legitimately funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Which makes it all the more confusing.
That's not like, especially with his with any of the moral lessons he tries to imbue in his work. Mm-hmm. The identity of Medea I find so perplexing. Of like, because she seems kind of like generally an amoral character.
Yeah, she's like this kind of Bugs Bunny figure.
Yeah.
This sort of like chaotic neutral. This the center of the family. And also just like
Tyler Perry's the Joker.
I mean, if you really want to dig into all this stuff, I recommend a book called Medea Lives by Evan Sathoff, who's a writer at Berkeley Media Stuff, who gets into a lot of this. And so that's one of the texts I cited in my thesis, who really gets into this in some really cool, like it's academic, but it's also like funny writing. It's like this. So that's a book that's worth reading as your film compendium. It's not up to date totally. I think it stops around 2013 with Tyler Perry's Temptation, which is a great name. But
Because he's done a fair amount of work since then, hasn't he?
yeah, I mean he's doing a lot more TV now. He's on Oprah's channel. Yeah, the movies are kind of coming out less often these days. Like again, like Acrimony kind of got me because he hadn't made one like that in a while. I was like, so I'd almost become resensitized to how crazy they are. I just did not. It's not so long without seeing them. Or as opposed to like, when I was watching like Medea's Most Wanted, it's like, oh, the twist here is that Eugene Levy's biracial. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna roll with that. Eugene Levy.
What?
Yeah, because they're setting up that Eugene Levy was like secretly like Medea's nephew the whole time. He's like, oh, I can't do Eugene Levy impression. But imagine if I was. It's like, oh, when I was a kid, I had this big afro, and my dick was just so big. And so that's the joke there. He had BDE. It's really like as if someone gave Tommy Wiseau like and like good actors and just kept letting him do it. That's really what's happening there.
That's
Question.
completely fascinating.
Well, because he owns his own studio and everything, right? So he controls every part of the
Yeah.
process. So.
And he's based out of Georgia where they shoot like all movies now, so. I'll play a Tyler Perry video game in a minute. I would work on a Tyler Perry video game in a minute. Question.
That's a Walking Dead. That's a.
Did they ever?
That's a Telltale game I would get excited about.
That'd be like a Dream Daddy expansion pack.
Did they ever put Medea in what's that fighting game, Mugen?
Oh, Mooj. Oh, no, because gamers are too racist, honestly. That's. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'd remember Medea like showing up in Salty Bed,
Maybe.
which is great.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Where are we? All right, yeah, let's do a few more minutes at least.
So, what games are you excited about that are coming up for the Switch?
Well, Octopath Traveler, we've both been playing the pre embargo for that.
We have been,
so we
yep.
can talk about it. But we're gonna stream it next week when the full embargo's up.
It is very interesting.
We
but
talk
it
about
also,
the first like 20 hours, I think.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what that means.
That seems wildly arbitrary, but
sure.
Nintendo tends to have sort of those stipulations for a lot of their coverage.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gorgeous. I think the battle system is kind of clever.
Yep, the battle system is really great. I'm baffled by the narrative structure because it feels very not like a JRPG in how it's telling its story.
Yeah.
It feels almost like kind of like a Baldur's Gate-ish like Western RPG of like you build a party and then you just go around and sort of look at the party's stories.
I kind of like that though. I like that the party members are less bespoke.
Yeah. And like I've been playing a fair amount so far, but I still don't think I'm far enough to like tell if it's all going to converge into like a big payoff, like save the world type narrative. Because I feel like there's definitely room for it.
And I bet even if you were, we probably couldn't talk about it yet.
Well, that too.
So. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you. Like pretty much all of that. So. It just looks so cool though. I want to see I just want to see that style applied to like all 16-bit JRPGs. Like imagine if that was what the Mother. Imagine then this will never happen, ever. But like if they brought out Mother 3 in that art style.
I'd be happy with them just bring up Mother 3.
Me too, but
like it's been so long, and the translation patch has been out for so long that any American who like really wants to play it has already done it. But they would still sell copies because of just the fans who love it enough. It's like, all right, I'll play it legit this time.
I mean, they didn't let AM2R stop them from making a Metroid remake.
Yeah.
So.
But they did end up just like spiking AM2R.
Right.
Which, I mean, yeah, that's totally like within their right. It kind of like sucks, but like when they're directly working on basically the same concept, it at least makes a little more sense than the usual like the cease and desist stuff you get in this type of thing.
I think my hot take ultimately is that Metroid 2 isn't that great. It's a really cool concept,
yeah,
but it's not. They would have to like.
The original one was not good.
No, and I think even these remakes are too. They need to just take the concept of Samus goes to the planet and kills all the Metroids and throw out everything else.
Yeah.
They need to just take that idea and just make a new game. If they were to remake Metroid 2 for a 4th time.
Or just maybe if they make another Metroid Prime game. We haven't heard anything about that yet. They wasn't even at
That's not surprising to me though. That game seemed like it barely exists last year.
Yeah. I mean, it exists more than, say, the FF7 remake. But
that's true. Yeah, that game, I mean, yeah.
That ain't saying much.
Yeah, I mean, Metroid Prime 4 will come out.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's anywhere near showing, honestly. I did not.
I'm confident they're at least working on it. Man, Square was so weirdly like flaccid at E3.
I mean, yeah. Look at their. They didn't even show their marble games. They're
No.
working on. Did we show off the puzzle mode in this? Like create specific shapes?
I showed some of it, yeah,
Okay.
with the mission mode.
Okay.
It's actually the one I kind of don't like because I have to put too much conscious thought into it, so I'm not just like playing dumbly, and it's
Yeah.
I don't enjoy that quite so much because it makes it feel more like I need non-reactive skill.
No,
Like,
you're
I need
right.
to think this stuff through.
Puzzle games bring you to that place between thinking and not is like part of the appeal to me. It's like people who can play Tetris when the blocks are invisible. It's like
You mean Terror Instinct?
yes, Tetris 3 Grandmaster Terror Instinct.
It's still one of the best names. The fact that it's for a Tetris game is so insane,
good.
baffling.
Is Games on Quick still going on?
No, that wrapped up a few
over?
days ago.
Okay.
It was great. I think they raised a bunch of money for Medicine Sun Frontier.
Do they have Tetris 3 speedruns?
They might have.
They
I don't
might.
know. I don't really watch the puzzle blocks there. I just,
That's where I first learned of that game, was through watching that. So.
Then they probably do have it. Speedrunners are fascinating.
They are. And they're getting some attention from people.
Finally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. They have a passion for this very weird hobby, and they push it towards doing something really worthwhile with it.
Question.
If you were going to speedrun a game, what would it be?
Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, just because I love that game, and I feel like a speedrun of that would be like a concert almost. And that game is so combo based anyway too. Like it would, the mechanics of that game encourage you to be fast.
I think Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight would be
I feel
good.
like super comfortable in it, and it's new enough that it doesn't have quite the completely stupid, broken, like glitch through half the game things you have with the original like 8-bit games.
Yeah.
Of just this coding is broken. Here's how we beat it in 3 seconds.
That last expansion's come out this year still.
Yeah, King Knight, right?
Yeah. I
real
was
good.
talking to somebody who is important in their field but does not know about video games, and he was just telling me like, yeah, it's speedrunners. I want to get in on that. I don't know.
It depends on the field, but like that's totally something that you could get into if you're not a gamer. If you're just like a programming weirdo, yeah, that's perfect.
Not for him to, not for him to do, but him to somehow just get a piece of for business.
Okay. Well, that's yeah.
I mean, I may benefit from it. So good.
Well, yeah. So there's a Chuck Tingle Humble Bundle right now.
That'd be a pound in the butt by speedrunners.
I can't even get past like the
There should be-
exclusive
no, a
he wrote
speed-
for the bundle.
A speed run to write a Chuck Tingle book. That'd be pretty good.
I've been using the word baffling a lot lately, but I remain baffled by pretty much every aspect of Chuck Tingle.
I mean, while we're going with hot takes, I'm just annoyed by it at this point. I find it a little obnoxious. But.
like seeing him just like the way he talks, at least on Twitter, it's like he's homoerotic John Titor. It's like he's a dimension traveler, and it's so things said weirdly.
I think that Zoe Quinn was working on a game with him. That didn't already come out. That's a cool combo though.
Yeah.
That cowboy thing is great.
Yeah.
That's so good.
It's so just like what's he shooting at? Who cares? He's just like going bang bang.
The little star in his eye is great.
This game's great. It's a great game.
It's a great game. Again, it made people think the PSP was worth owning there for a minute. So.
Hey, there were great games on it, but I also felt the same way about the Vita.
I mean,
Rest
compared to
in
the
peace.
Vita, the PSP is something. But
I wonder if any viewers, had a PSP or liked the Vita or.
I mean, my problem with the PSP is I just hated spinning discs in a portable. It just always
Yeah.
felt so. It's maybe if I hated those iPods with a hard drive in them. I just hated feeling like something like spinning up in this thing that I'm holding. I'm like, if I break this, it's just gonna like explode.
He's gonna die.
Yeah,
Yes,
so-
that is definitely a concern.
Yeah, all that UMD, like that's what's killed both for me. Is like all their dumb proprietary like.
Sony does that. Like even now, when they've like almost moved on in terms of the hardware, they're still doing dumb crap like with Fortnite.
Yeah, like the Vita had cartridges was a good move, but then like it was like their own dumb memory card for storage,
which are like 4 times more expensive than just a
Yeah.
micro SD card. Even Nintendo isn't that
Yeah,
bad,
even
and
the
you still can't get your saves off your freaking Switch.
2 more months.
How long have we been playing?
Like a month now, like 40, like 15 minutes.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. So maybe just see how far you get here, or unless it's gonna take like another whole hour.
I can get into a groove here. Like
Yeah.
it really depends, but
You got a
for endless modes, I can keep going.
Got Lumines kill stream coming up.
If only. Tyler Perry's King of Kong would be amazing. It's really such a shame this doesn't have online multiplayer.
His eyes are on fire now. They were.
Yeah.
You were saying?
It's really a shame that this doesn't have online multiplayer, because like Poyo, it definitely seems like it could be served well by it.
Yeah, we could have invited someone to just kick our ass.
Yeah.
Again. And
Like there have to be some better players than me out there.
And then make a new friend. Question. Shout out to that guy.
So there's no esports scene for this?
Not as far as I know.
No, because like there haven't been a ton of Lumines like releases.
There have been a handful, but not like enough to make it really competitive. And it never really was a competitive format.
Right. Yeah. Like this, you're playing against the computer is really the thing here.
Pretty much.
And I feel like competitive puzzle games, I feel like are not really the norm.
No.
We just think it's funny when like Puyo Tetris like pops off because you're not expecting it.
Wasn't that on Evo last
Yeah, they
year?
had like side tournaments for it. Yeah. It's like there's not a competitive scene around like any other Mario Tennis game. It's just this one popped off because of how it is.
Yeah. I think that's a sign of really strong design, though.
I think so too. But like it doesn't mean that the genre itself is competitive.
Definitely true. So how do you feel about that Hori fight stick now that you've played with it
It's
a
really
little
nice. We got a Geek Pick for going up, if not today, then next week. But yeah, it's really cool. It just feels nice. There are a lot of fighting games on Switch, so you can really like get use out of it.
And actually notable right now, I am playing on the Hori pad, which is the wired Hori. It feels like a Pro Controller. It doesn't have the rumble or the motion sensors, but like it feels nice and solid and like thick, like the Pro Controller.
How many C's thick with how many C's?
It's got the Nintendo BDE.
Okay.
And it's like, half the price of the actual Pro Controller.
There's a certain kind of BDE to the way Nintendo kind of does stuff. And
a little bit, yeah.
About like their like weird, inexplicable decisions.
Like their ability to make certain things work,
right,
and completely fail at other things is like its own sort of like challenging BDE.
It's kind of like, because to me BDE is just the opposite of like desperation and like wanting people to love you. So yeah, when you have the weird dumb confidence to be like, no, like it's called the Wii, like here it is. That's what we're calling it.
So would you say that the Splatoon headphone adapter is BDE?
Yeah, a little. Yeah, like presenting that as a thing that you expect people to just roll with. Is like, yeah, totally.
We actually got that in too, because it is a Hori device. And
or let's say it becomes BDE once it actually does catch on. So like the analog stick, or the D-pad.
Yeah.
Or the rumble.
The BD pad.
The rumble pack is BDE. Question.
Where do Sony and Microsoft fall on BDE?
Very little right now.
I think
Sony,
the Xbox One originally is like full of it. Look at what they were doing.
It had potential to it, but then they backed down super hard.
Well, yeah, I mean afterwards. Yeah, they lost it when they walked it all back. But initially, the way they're presenting it, they had a ton of it. Like, yeah, connect in every box, and you talk to it. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
TV, Quantum Break is a TV show.
But I do think, like, how much Crackdown 3...
Same.
I think as long as Crackdown 3 continues to be postponed, they don't have BDE at all.
I mean, they get BDE when they're coming off a successful console. So, like, PS3, $599 US is BDE.
Yeah.
Like, Ridge Racer, like, all that. So, the cell processor is the BDE of, like, system architecture.
That is probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah, so...
This is some music right here.
This is some music. I like this music. It's like a kind of honeycomb thing going on here too. So as someone who's like pretty good at this, like what are your like tips? Like how does one become good at Lumines?
Play with your eyes kind of half focused until you just see like, oh, this is how the stuff should fall.
So like StarCraft.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. How do you manage with like just trying to reduce like just junk blocks on screen? What I like about Lumines is that it's kind of freeform, and you can be like, oh, I can work on this side of the screen. Like, I'm gonna move over to this side. Like, you can you're not always locked into one lane as to what you want to be doing.
Well, really, just need to sort of accept that, like, if you have certain patterns down, you can kind of count on, even if there's a ton of junk, you can clear it pretty quickly by just, like, if I can make this column shift down 1, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like, this seems kind of weird, but as soon as I, like, hook this up.
Yeah, you have, like, combos.
Yeah.
See. Yeah, there you go. All right.
And they're just big chunk down. And I can build on that. And I died, but
nice.
yeah.
All right, well, that's perfect timing anyway.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, well, let's Lumines Remastered. It's out now.
On the Switch and pretty much everything
else,
too.
Switch, PS4, Xbox, PC.
Yep.
It's real good. It's you have a review going on PC Mag for it.
Yeah, probably soonish.
Geek, we have it. Geek is part of our Switch games to play before Smash Bros. Comes out.
Yep.
Along with a bunch of others. So yeah, we'll be back next week with Octopath Traveler on the Switch also. That'll be a good one. So for these kind of summer doldrums.
Pretty much.
That's maybe the biggest game to come out in July, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So
but that's fine because it's been pretty big first year, like first half of a year.
yeah. So tune in for that. We'll be back for that. So thanks.